almost 12 years ago, a very interesting guy approached me, telling me that his business was going through a lot of financial trouble. He heard that in one of the cases we were working with, the client has achieved to work on somehow part-time in her work because of what we've done as a system. So he heard some positive vibes and a good reputation about us. So he's like, if you could do that for somehow big business to be able to let the owner work as a part-time, I'm sure maybe you can do something for my business because I've been going through a lot of financial troubles, and supporting me doing a better business would be actually the last case scenario because they've already tried a lot of options and it didn't work out. Uh, this person was really a very special person on many levels. One of them is that I could see how genuine this person was, deeply rooted with some very strong and good values. Uh, what impressed me the most, and this is something we're going to discuss as a learning lesson from this case, is that this person was technically amazing at what he does, amazing at what he does. He's at a very superior level, but not having the right, I would say, planning or management skills in a way or another. And besides the pressures that were around, could really drift the business away from where it should be. And this impacted a lot the cash flow. So one thing led to another, and this person was in deep trouble. He was owing banks money, he was owing his family money, he was owing his friends money, he was owing even his employees money, and he really was facing a big wall of not knowing how to go next. It was really a big challenge to me to take this responsibility and to take things from there. But I remember very well that we started with a clean and white mind map, which is something I always use in most of our projects. I use a lot the mind mapping as a system because it helps the brain really visualize things and connect things together. So he was sitting next to me, and on purpose, I made him look at that map and brainstorm together and start uh, putting a vision of where he could see the business if all the challenges were not there. I could see the tears in his eyes, and his only answer was, I cannot even see a vision for the business. All I want to see and all I can see is how to get out of this mess where I am today. To be, it was really a big challenge for me. It was really, it took me by heart, not only by brain and logic and creativity and so on. It really took me by heart to see a man of values, a man of family, a man of really technical skills that were really superior to his peers in his industry. And I just couldn't let this case fail in a way or another. I adopted this case. I believed in it. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to give it my full fledged to do something out of it. We started working step by step on having the big vision, which was owning like even 1% from the mother company that this business was franchising. And at some point in time, it was really very tough to be able to own 1% of the mother company. So it was really a mission impossible. But having put that vision, we started working on smaller steps. So I saw the vision, I logged the vision on the system, but we started working on small steps because when you have such a deep trouble in the business, you really can't see the bright side. So and we started going backwards to really shape a solid strategy on how to get out. The main pillars that we went through is that one of them was really to work out on the internal system where, because a lot of people left the company, so there was only one person who was really handling mostly everything. And uh, this person was really not the best caliber of when it comes to technicalities. However, this person was the only person who could handle the cash flow fluctuations and who was really bearing the risks with the owner. Whether he didn't have another option or not, that's not our concern now. But I would say that this person was there and we needed to build on something, and that person was that pillar to build on. So we started from there to start a little bit organizing the flow of the work, understanding how things operate, and trying to systemize things, if I can use that word, because everything was literally just being done naturally and without any proper system in place. So we started documenting the process. We started creating checklists, tools, systems, processes, but not in a way to really drift the attention from what should be done, but just to be able to put things more systematically and start rebuilding that puzzle in a good way, in a healthy way. So the next step was technically training this person because he was not really technically good at what he does. I'm not talking about the owner, I'm talking about the employee. So we started training that employee on more technical skills so that he could use technology in a better way. So that he could use Excel, he could use PowerPoint, he could use Google Forms, and so many other basic things to really take the business from one place to a little bit better place. And then, of course, the big challenge was to start organizing the financials, which were really in a big mess. And I believe the big mess was not in the financials themselves. It was because there was no system to track the financials. So we started creating that system step by step to start understanding how things float on all levels. So from the invoicing, the receipts, the statement of accounts, having a clear reporting about what's coming in, what's getting out, differentiating between the cash flow statement and the income statement, starting really to understand the project profitability per project that they do, not only per the whole year. So one thing was leading to another, and we were really improving step by step. So that was, I would say, the second pillar. So the first pillar was the internal organization. The second pillar was improving that person as an employee, and along with that, improving the financials. So to have a better system. The third pillar was really trying to grow the team so that, but on part-time basis. So we're getting more people to do the job to decentralize that workflow from one person and start spreading it over different people, but on part-time mode, so that no one person can really constitute a big risk on the company if he or she gets sick or something happens or leave the company and so on. So one step led to another, and to cut the story short, of course, the business was improving step by step. I remember this person generally saving the money and bringing me the money as if really it's coming from a saving spot or something. But so we were really working on step by step whenever he could afford. And step by step, we could really build something interesting. We started then working on the marketing. We recruited some marketing agencies to support in rebranding the company and developing a better website, developing a better image, social media presence. And one thing was leading to another. And the brand reputation was really going in a very nice way because their system was really good enough, but it wasn't well communicated out there. So we got more and more people coming as fans to support the business. Many of them were willing to support even for free because they believed in the cause that this business was doing and in the value that this business was creating in their community. And the nice surprise was, and to move just a little bit further, was that this person could completely, after almost 10 years, buy out all the shares from the mother company. So the mother company saw that they were at a somehow early retirement mode, and this person could really develop the business more than they could do themselves, and he could contribute to that business more than they could do in the last I would say 20 years before he came. And this was really mind-blowing to see how a mother company could really not sell its franchise, but sell the whole model to a franchisee who really did better than what they could do for their own business, for their own baby business, who he took it to another mature level. This business is now bought completely by this person. This person has moved financially to another level. The business is now operating in multiple countries. It's still in a growth mode. I wouldn't say we're there yet, but of course, when I look back, I can say that this business has taught me a lot. Has taught me a lot of lessons. One is to never give up, no matter what happens. There is always a way out if you believe in your potential and in your mission and in what you really can contribute to the community or to the business out there. The second learning lesson was the importance of documenting and making a system of each and every part of the process, not just to be drifted by the attention of the cash flow and the bumps that we could face from time to another, but really to build a system that works no matter who is really operating that business. On a third point, it really gave me a lot of ambition to really dream big. I would never myself think of owning, for example, a mother company where I'm the franchisee of that company. So this person had really this belief in his potential and in his company potential, and the way he negotiated with the owners and the way the process happened step by step, and the resistance they had in terms of this issue was really impressive to see his perseverance, although he's not into the, I would say, the fancy bad side of negotiation skills. So just the opposite, he was really genuine. He was really showing his added value. And they were actually in a way where they thought that this is really a win-win scenario because they would retire decently. They would benefit from selling this business to him. And at the same time, the legacy that is left behind them was even more important because there's somebody who's really taking good care of it, even more than they could do themselves. Of course, building a genuine business also taught me a lot of how, I would say, thousands of fans, let me call them, adopted this culture and this system, and they were really believing in what this business could take. And of course, the power of marketing into rebranding the business and communicating better. Even the database was not there. Even email addresses, contact list, phone numbers, SMS, nothing was really there. So consolidating that information and putting things into place really gave a lot of power. And this showed a lot of the power of marketing, the power of systems, the power of communication, the power of retargeting your old audience, which was really upselling itself into other programs that this company has. And some of them not only became clients, but they also grew as team members. They also grew as becoming themselves franchisees, or in some cases partners. And this is really one of the most beautiful cases I've ever worked with. And it's really a pleasure to see that when somebody really believes in what he or she does, everything is possible, provided that you do the right components, the right strategy, and most importantly, to never give up.